What?
It was really hard.
South Park just obliterated Meghan Markle, and this time, they didn't hold back. From mocking her bizarre healing rituals to turning her latest public appearances into a full-blown royal comedy, the show basically said what everyone's been thinking, but no one dared to say out loud. Meghan's world of positive energy, barefoot dinners, and perfectly staged tears just became South Park's newest playground, and the results? Brutal. In the episode, they hilariously called her the hunter of other people's microphones, showing Meghan barging into every event like she's on a one-woman mission to reclaim the spotlight. And the internet wasted no time turning her Balenciaga fashion moment into memes, comparing her outfit to yacht sales and joking that she's collecting PR managers faster than Harry's collecting regrets.
I was totally like, you should write a book because your family like stupid and then so are like journalists.
From losing yet another communications director to turning every outing into a media moment, Meghan's healing journey suddenly looks a lot like a PR marathon. But did South Park go too far this time? Or are they just saying what most people secretly think about Meghan's never-ending self-discovery era? And what do you think Meghan's reaction will be after seeing herself get roasted again on national TV? Stick around, because what comes next might just make this the wildest Meghan moment yet.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to.
It all started like a typical South Park episode, the kind that roasts Meghan and Harry with zero mercy. But this time, they didn't just poke fun at their royal drama. They obliterated Meghan's so-called rituals and lifestyle habits in a way that had everyone laughing and cringing at the same time. Just picture Meghan Markle, the Duchess who claims she's all about mindfulness and cozy living, suddenly finding herself at the center of yet another chaotic parody. From her obsession with being relatable to her endless healing routines, South Park didn't leave a single candlelit corner of her life untouched. And honestly, Meghan kinda made it too easy for them.
Kyle, we just kinda don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid.
It all started in a cozy bookstore in California. Imagine the scene. Warm lights, the smell of coffee, soft chatter in the air. On stage is Courtney Adamo, launching her new book about creating a joyful home. And right beside her sits Meghan Markle, glowing, smiling, ready to support her old college friend. Sounds sweet, right? Except this is Meghan Markle, and if you know her, you know she can't resist making everything about herself. Butters from South Park would have said it best. Wow, Meghan has so many friends. Only for Kyle to shoot back. Yeah? Then where were they at her wedding? And that's when things started to spiral. Courtney, the poor author, is giving her heartfelt speech when Meghan suddenly grabs the microphone mid-sentence. Like she just can't stand not being the main character for 5 minutes. And then it begins. Meghan, with that calm voice of hers, announces, "The #1 rule for the perfect dinner party is to greet everyone barefoot wearing an apron." She says it makes her relatable. You know, because nothing says down to earth like greeting guests in a $29 million mansion while your security guards circle the driveway. Meghan insists it makes people feel at home. Sure, as long as your home also comes with private chefs, a personal yoga instructor, and a closet that looks like a luxury boutique. Cartman would have rolled his eyes and said, "Yeah, right. Spiritual connection starts when Harry forgets to wash his feet again." Even Butters would have gasped, "Wait, that's the secret? Being barefoot?" But Meghan's serious. For her, shoes apparently block your connection to the universe. And so, the Duchess went barefoot, spiritually awakened, rich, and totally unaware of how ridiculous it all looked.
We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Now let's talk about that bookstore moment. Courtney, nervous but excited, starts speaking again, and Meghan's there, right beside her, holding the mic for her, except she doesn't let go. She keeps it just close enough to take over every few seconds. Kourtney tries to continue, but Meghan keeps interrupting with little bits of wisdom and life advice. What was supposed to be Kourtney's big day somehow turned into The Meghan Show, starring Meghan Markle as herself again. And of course, Meghan wasn't done. After sharing her barefoot philosophy, she went on about her kitchen rituals. Apparently, that's where all the emotional softening happens. She says it's the heart of the home, where she serves cider or punch instead of tea because it helps guests relax. Stan from South Park would have said, "Yeah, that's called getting people drunk, Meghan." But she kept going, explaining how every morning she plays music to set the vibe for the day. Kyle probably would have sighed. Of course she brings a speaker when she travels. Can't risk missing her own theme song.
That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist. We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so...
But then came Meghan's most inspirational part, her family rituals. She proudly talked about something she calls the rose and thorn. Every night she asks her kids what their rose, best moment, and thorn, worst moment of the day were. It's cute, sure, but South Park twisted it into a hilarious bit where Cartman imagined Meghan turning it into a podcast. Say your thorn was bad, and boom, next week's episode is out. Then, she pulled out her favorite item, a healing blanket. No, seriously. She explained how it was gifted to her by the bookstore owner, and how anyone feeling sad or tired could wrap themselves in it and instantly feel better. Magical, right? Except, as Kyle would joke, sounds like the next product launch for her wellness brand, Beginner's Guide to Spiritual Stuff, with a free candle and maybe a side of enlightenment. In classic South Park fashion, the episode exaggerated everything, from her barefoot relatability to her constant need for attention. They mocked how Meghan has a way of making every event about herself, like how she supposedly showed up to Kourtney's book launch as just a guest, but ended up stealing the spotlight again. Poor Kourtney probably flew all the way from Australia just to end up playing background character in the Meghan Markle show. But South Park didn't stop there. They added another layer of satire with a scene inspired by Meghan and Harry's appearance at a charity event in Los Angeles. Meghan stood in the front row, wiping away a tear right when the camera pointed at her. The second it turned away, she went back to her calm, collected self. It was the kind of moment that had social media buzzing, with people saying, "Those weren't tears, those were camera cues." Even Cartman would have said, "Okay, that's too much even for me."
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare...
And then came the running gag. Meghan's ritual of losing yet another communications director. The episode joked that her new PR manager lasted barely 3 months before quietly disappearing, like the 10 before her. The poor woman, Emily Robinson, was supposedly brought in from Netflix, hailed as a big hire, and gone before anyone could even finish typing her name into Google. As Kyle said, 3 months with Meghan? That's a masterclass in patience. Officially, they said Emily had completed her project and moved on, but everyone knew that was code for she ran for her life. In South Park's version, the PR lady is seen packing her things with a fake smile, whispering, "I survived Meghan Markle, barely." And this is where South Park really nailed it, by showing how every new project or appearance from Meghan somehow turns into chaos. From With Love, Meghan, her new lifestyle project that didn't quite take off, to her constant attempts at rebranding herself as the new queen of mindfulness. Everything she touches ends up turning into a spectacle. They made fun of how Meghan's public image swings between victim of the media and queen of attention. Every speech, every outfit, every tear, perfectly timed, perfectly staged. It's the kind of stuff that South Park lives for. They even threw in a line about how she's the hunter of other people's microphones, a nod to how she can't resist taking over every event she attends.
Hey, can you two fucking keep it down?
You ever heard of a thing called privacy?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Will you two just shut up and go away?
And honestly, that's what makes it all so funny. Because beneath the jokes, there's a bit of truth. Meghan does seem to have a talent for turning small, quiet moments into headline-making dramas. Whether it's a simple book launch or a charity event, she somehow becomes the main act. All smiles, camera ready, and spiritually glowing. By the end, South Park made it pretty clear that Meghan's simple and cozy lifestyle might look calm and natural, but there's always a bit of drama hiding underneath. And somehow, no matter where she goes, the spotlight always follows.